What's going on, y'all? This is Jay Gifted. I'm here with Keith Benjamin. How you feeling today, Keith?
Man, great day to be alive. What about yourself, brother?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. We here on this beautiful day talking about change world, and man, we talked about a lot of topics on this video, but I feel like the main topic was that we need to do better.
Mm.
What do you feel like is the state of our culture and our world today?
Mm. To sum it up in short words, it's a state of confusion, man. Um, we don't know our head from our tail. Can't tell, you know what I'm saying? We living in a cloud. You know what I'm saying? We just so many words we just can't think. You know what I'm saying? Our world is it's in a suffering state, man, because of how we think, how we have no values or morals, how everything is microwaved. It's a microwave society that we living in. So, excuse me, I'm just, I think we're in a, I can say we in a bad state, but on the other hand, I can say we in a very very great space. If you want me to ponder that, I will. But for the overall truth of it, we in a state of confusion.
What do you mean by microwave society?
Um, Everybody wants everything quick, fast, and hurry, instant gratification. No one wants to work for anything anymore. No one wants to go through the process. You know, to make a precious stone, such as a diamond, it takes time, a lot of heat, a lot of pressure, and then this big lump of coal still only comes a small diamond, but it's priceless after you kind of go through that process. Today, people want to heat the lump of coal to be a diamond overnight. They can't hold their composure long at all, man. So I mean, it's just day in and day out. I see it, man. People just want everything fast, man. I guess it's because of the social media state that we in. Everything is technology is ramping up, and you got an iPhone 1 to iPhone 20 in 4, 5, 6, 7 years. So instead of giving them one a year to gradually build up to something, they didn't give them 20 of them in 5 or 6 years. What good sense do that make? Why would you keep on upgrading in anything that we're speaking about that fast? You know what I'm saying? So I just look at it. Things is changing, man. You can't even go to a mall anymore, man. You get very few malls that you have in your town because everything is online now. You know what I'm saying? So just you can think about any situation or any department or any subject matter, and you can see it's a microwave way of doing things now.
I think what we're touching on right now is instant gratification. And I was gonna ask you how did we fall into this, but I think you hit it on the nail with talking about social media. And I think capitalism and consumerism can play a big part in that as well. These are things that have, you know, me and you are here because of capitalism. So it's a good thing, but at the same time, everything takes regulation, and I
Hmm.
think that's the missing piece to what we need. Um, Speaking of instant gratification and regulation, how do you feel like these things can be regulated? Do you feel like social media needs to just be wiped out completely, or is it a way that we can regulate that?
Well, I think it wasn't any regulations at first, but now they're starting to regulate it because they're seeing so many people get so much popularity and so much money so quick. Case in point, you know, certain topics get more attention than others. But now, if you don't put no money behind your social media, you won't get the million followers that you used to be able to get just by having a good message.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So you can have the best message in the world. You're only going to have very few followers to watch your your platform. If you don't put money behind your platform to monetize it, to make it go out further and further for the reach of people to see it on the social media sites, I don't care how good your product is, it's just going to be in this small window. Now, mind you, even myself, I know I don't have to put money behind myself. But I have a word that I'm giving comes straight from God. So if he feel that he wanted to be out there to change the world, then he's gonna be the one to put it out there to change the world. If he tell me to put a couple dollars behind it, I will. But he haven't gave me that order. That's why I always say each one teach one, each one reach one. I know my word gonna go forth no matter what, because it ain't my word. It's God's plan, not mine. So, but for those that trying to make a dollar or a buck, they have to monetize their page and put money behind it to make more money. My stuff just come to me like a boomerang.
Um, I think we touching on something right now, because there is a paid avenue to this as well, but I also think that there is something unfortunately that our culture is attracted to. You ever heard of you heard of Charleston White?
I heard Charleston White.
Now this guy's a fool, but I think he be on to a lot of things. I think there's a lot of wisdom in what he says. You know, he got a bachelor's degree in law.
Okay.
It takes a lot of intelligence to receive a bachelor's degree in general and in law. I feel like that's a testament to what
Right.
he does know.
Right.
And something he said kind of hit with me. We don't like positive stuff as a culture. I feel like the majority of social media and people in the culture, I don't think that we are attracted to positive things in this age right now. I also was following the platform from when they started, and this platform, when they first started, they first year, they only posted positive stuff. And the first time they posted a fight, they got over 1 million views. And they put on social media, you know, I was trying to have this platform as something positive, but y'all don't like that. So I'm gonna show y'all what y'all wanna see.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you do? What do you think about that as far as the culture and as far as what are we attracted to?
I'm gonna give you the root of of the issue, and whether you see that now because you're a very educated man. You see what's going on. You understand what he said to be true. Even himself understand that Charleston White, knowing what it is, he trying to be positive at first, and once he started talking crazy and cussing and fussing, they start giving him the views and start paying him
Mm-hmm.
to speak. Well, let me give you the reason why, because no one knows the root of the matter. I don't know if you got any scholars that actually know the Bible or have been really properly taught the Bible, because even our pastors now have fallen so short. But the scripture says that there's a wide road to destruction, and many go in threat, and narrow is the path to righteousness, and there should be few that should find it. If you understand the Bible and the scriptures, it's letting you know that this world, for the majority, is going to hell on Hot Wheels. And the reason that is because more people are negative than it is positive. So if you got 70, 80, 90% of negative people on this planet that's going to go to hell anyway, all they want to hear is stuff that they can identify with, which is the shooting, the killing, the cussing, the fussing, and so on and so forth. So they're gravitating to what they're used to, what their body or their spirit feeds on. This is how they get energy. I'm not sure if you ever had anybody that you know that they could probably be sick in the bed. As soon as something happened, they can get energy, start cussing somebody out, and they could have been dead in their grave, one foot in the grave, but start cussing and fussing because something happened in their bed or something, or in front of them, or they could have been in the hospital bed, and then they go back to being sick again. But they find energy in negativity. That's this world. That's how why this world thrives off murder and mayhem. The few that wants to hear some positive stuff and trying to fight and combat the evil stuff, it's only a few of us trying to do that. So that's the root of the issue is Everybody ain't going, and for those that is wanting to go and trying to fight it, are the ones that want to hear some positivity. That's fighting for it. You and me that's trying to grasp for some oxygen or some fresh air or something good to hear. This is why I always say in my in my lives, and when I get a chance to speak, for those that got an ear to hear or eyes to see. Everybody don't have an ear to hear and eyes to see. Everybody don't want the righteousness. Everybody don't want the right thing, the right way out. So that's the root of the problem is majority of the world is evil, man.
That's powerful, and I think it's so much truth in that. Um, so we're going back to the to the song and to the lyrics. We spoke on fathers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a big narrative right now, and it's been a big narrative for a while now about fathers not taking care of their kids.
Hmm.
Now, for my generation, I feel like a lot of us have experienced that. So now there is a narrative on being there for their kid. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like for my generation, I see a lot of kids, I see a lot of men making intentional moves to be around their kid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what do you feel like? But there's still because there's still a gap in between there. What do you feel like, or why do you feel like there's that gap in between there with fathers being in the family, being in a household?
um, there's always a root to everything, man, and I'll give you what it is, man. In the '80s, early '80s, epidemic came, which it went from cocaine to crack. That crack epidemic took a lot of fathers out of the households. Then it was chased with alcohol and the violence that came from the selling of the crack from the drug dealers. That perpetuated to the women having crack babies, from the women selling their bodies. Um, all of that spun into now one step back. A lot of guys got incarcerated also. A lot of males got incarcerated. So from that 80s, 90s, that sucked a lot of men, black and brown men, out of the system. Some whites too. And it sucked 40, 50, 60% of the males out of the population. Then they incorporated Section 8, where a lady had to be single in order to get this government funding. So the other 20, 30%, they was very strict at first. You can't even be in my house. I'm sneaking you in, sneaking you out. If you're married, you can't get child support. They did a lot of things. Satan did. I'm not even blaming it on no person. Satan did a lot of things to break the family structure up. And him doing those things that happen perpetually, a lot of those things cause the lack in men taking care of their children. Now, we are combating that now a lot better because now, if you don't know it, crack is not the end thing as it was. A lot of them guys are getting out of prison. A lot of them cases got overturned because they had life in prison for that. A lot of stuff got overturned. The men coming home heavy on their heart. Now they getting back into their children's life. Um, um, the children that felt the despair and not having a father figure, they know what it feel like to not have. So now when they do have children, they like, I'm not gonna never do what my daddy did, and that was a big thing. So now and then ultimately, God said that He was gonna wake up the sleeping giant. in the end days. And I'm definitely believing and knowing, not believing, I'm convinced that these are those end days and a sleeping giant, you and myself are being awakened. And we're being more responsible. We want to be in our children's life. We want to have children. We want to take care of our lady, so on and so forth. So it's just a shift. It's a shift in the guards. And you have to have the eye to see and ears to hear what's really taking place, or you'll miss it, or you won't even care that it's happening. So you're conscious. You're asking me these questions, and because God has blessed me to be conscious, I can answer a lot of these questions.
Man, so we talked about the family, and now we get into going back to consumerism and capitalism, and going back to this war on drugs. You mentioned in the word for word that right now there aren't a lot of there aren't a lot of positive ways to make money being promoted. Um, why do you feel like it's so easy to, or why do you feel like this is being promoted?
What do I feel that is not or is being promoted?
Why do you feel like it's being promoted to follow these different paths? Why do you feel like, we got Sexy Reds, we got Lil Durks, NBA Young Boys, and these so-called idols are being idolized?
Well, like I said, they a person lean to what they like, what they love hearing, and what they love doing. And then I'm gonna show love to them because a lot of them don't know no better. Your Sexy Reds, your trap music,
Yeah, you
all
got
this new type
Sexy
rap.
Red who's saying that she don't even care about what she writing anymore. It's really more so like an antic thing now.
But that's the morals that she don't have, the integrity that she don't have. She wasn't taught that. So she might not care. She might not had a proper mother or father figure to teach her better. So she just, in OK Corral and going for what she knows. She's in survival mode. So that comes down from who raised her. So we speak about generational curses. Her mother may not have had it, her father may not have had it, so she feel, hey, I'm suicidal out here. So instead of committing suicide, I'm gonna take everybody to hell with me and just say what she want to say and do what she want to do. Lo and behold, it's a price to pay for that too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the young lady's thinking and why she's thinking that way, but one day she may wake up and see what she have caused and may be in a state of confusion and just go crazy because she didn't cause so much havoc from her words and her actions. Because everybody, once you get pulled out of your element and what you was doing and kind of look, you have a bird's eye view of it, you was born with at least one feeling. And once that one feeling get touched, she might be a saint. She might be a Saint Mary or somebody before it's all said and done. I don't know because she might, God can touch her heart too, and she can change. Because imagine this, I wasn't always what I am now. You know what I'm saying? God brought me a long way. You know what I'm saying? And still working on me. Everybody in the Bible that I read about was a true one. Gangsters, murderers, con men, robbers, all the above. So God don't choose nobody that's squeaky clean. He choosing the one that been there, done that. So maybe Sexy Red or a Little Dirk or Young Thug could be one of those vessels. Who knows? I hope they are. But if they not, then they the ops.
What's the next step for this culture, for these people that we mentioned, Sexy Red, Lil Durk, for these people to turn over?
Well, they need to turn up a new leaf if they had any good sense.
How how do you think they? should go about doing that? If you were sitting here with Lil Durk or Sexy Red, what would be the first step that you would tell them to turn over that new
I would
leaf?
ask them, and depending on their answer, would depend on would let me know if there was any hope to even talk to them. I would ask them, would you want your children to do what you're doing, or do you think what you're doing makes your mother proud in the way, the fashion that you're doing it? Not the money, but what you're saying, what the image that you're portraying. And if they say they believe that their mother and father would definitely be proud of them by that, or if they would allow their children to do the same thing they're doing, that would just let me know about what type of character they really have. So if they say, yeah, my mom would be proud of me, or yeah, I'll let my children do it, then I know that's Satan's spawn. If they say, no, I just do it because I'm trying to make, whatever, whatever, okay, well, you do have a heart and you really just doing it, but you need to be telling these children, look, I'm just talking this. I really don't do this. We used to make fun of them. They call studio gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Studio gangsters are going there and kill 100 people on wax. Get out the studio, they ain't gonna touch nothing, letting them die. And I don't, and even with that, I don't give a pass to that because the power of life and death is coming out of the tongue, from the tongue. So if you speak in death, death is gonna be all around you. If you speak in life, life will be upon you and all around you. So I would definitely tell a person, practice what you preach.
What does a changed world look like to you?
Hmm. Hmm. Um, a changed world look like to me, a place where you can go and literally keep your doors open at night. You ain't gotta lock your doors. Where you keep money on the dresser or money in wherever you choose to put it, and ain't nobody gonna come in your house and take it from you. Where you can go up and down the street and ain't gotta worry about being shot, robbed, killed. Um, a place that you can just really, let your hair down, man. What God intended it to be from Jump Street. And mind you, I walk in the era that I tell you that I'm talking about right now because you already know that this. If you know the scriptures for real, it says that people gonna break in and steal. So there's material stuff you can't take with you. So you can't hang your head on a bunch of material things. But just having a peace of mind, you know what I'm saying? My peace of mind, I'm so at peace with my mentality and my mindset because God told me I ain't going nowhere until He chooses to take me up off this earth. Couldn't nobody kill me if they wanted to. They couldn't put nothing in my food. I can't be silenced until He want me silenced. So I'm at a peace of mind. Whatever happened to me gonna happen because it was the Lord's will. So I'm comfortable with everything. And once you know you close to God and you walking with God, you get that same VIP pass. So you don't worry about what's going on right around you or what have you. You standing on what God told you and what you know God gonna do for you. And that's what I stand on. So I'm at a peace. I got heaven on earth, if you ask me, because I'm already in that mindset. I ain't worried about nothing. Even though it's gunfire going on around me, every 5 minutes, it's cars crashing and windows being broke and glass breaking and all this stuff going on. I feel like I'm in a room full of pillows, some people pillow fighting, because I'm just at that much of peace. You know what I'm saying?
What are some last words that you want to tell the folks?
Last words. It's probably gonna be the first words that I said, man. You must be the change that you want to see. If you want to see a changed world, you have to be that change. You gotta look within yourself. What do I want this world to look like? And that's what you gotta be like. And that's what I'm demonstrating. That's what I'm doing. And I got a long road ahead of me, of course. So I'm gonna get better and better at it. My voice gonna get louder and louder. But practice what you preach, bro. Just do the best you can. Next day you get up, do better than you did yesterday. And if you're ever feeling down, just look up.
You know,
Peace.